Steve, there's a screenshot in that video of a message you said that you sent Steve. And I asked Steve to read it to me over the phone. And Steve was confused because he said, I never got that message. That's strange. And he says, that was sent to my other phone. Interesting.
So, I heard about the whole Linus Tech Tips Gamers Nexus controversy. And, I guess, hey, Linus comes off as a jackass. Not because he didn't warn his audience about honey, but because he did a shady thing with, like by not, essentially, according to Rossman, Linus sent the guy from Gamers Nexus an email so that he can then say, "You didn't respond to my email, boo you." But he sent him the email or the message on his old phone, right? Which he knows he doesn't use because their communications for the last couple of years have been on his new phone, which he constantly communicates with him on. So you change your phone. I know you changed your phone. We talk on your new phone for years, and then I dig up your old phone to send you a message so that I can complain and gaslight my audience because of context, which apparently makes me look worse. Like if he hadn't done that, it would have just it could have been so easy. It could have been so easy. All he had to do was say, "Well, I don't know necessarily that Honey did this thing on purpose. For all I know, some intern messed up, so and that's how they accidentally made a lot of money, or maybe someone had a bright idea and he mess his mess is there for the entire Honey team to deal with, because it is a very strange sort of trick that Honey is pulling. Honey is essentially doing a trick where it erases the information that sends money to the people that Honey is sponsoring. So it's the browser that is the thing that's doing it. So you could say it's accidentally an accidental programming issue, and they didn't mean it. They could very easily spin it as an accidental programming issue, and we didn't mean it. And I like that's actually perfectly plausible because it's a lazy find the coupon app thing, like attachment thing. Like, and no one would have been the wiser because it's a plausible excuse for what Honey is doing. But he didn't say that. He just invented reasons why he to make himself look better by gaslighting his fans. And apparently he's been doing it some stuff similar to this for a while now. And yeah, I heard the like 50 minutes of Louis Rossman talking about him as playing Proteus, turn it on in the background. Yeah, like all this information about Steve, like, Linus. Steve tried to change the way he talks about journalism. He's trying to improve, blah, 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 blah. And then Linus pulls the thing with the phone, and, like, apparently a light went on because Lewis just pointed it out to him, and it's just some people. I mean, we gotta cancel Linus. Let's cancel Linus. Fuck him.
Steve, there's a screenshot in that video of a message you said that you sent Steve. And I asked Steve to read it to me over the phone. And Steve was confused because he said, I never got that message. That's strange. And he says, that was sent to my other phone. Interesting. I'll tell you another thing that pisses me off about Steve from time to time. You ever watch a romantic comedy? I hate rom-coms. The only thing I hate more than rom-coms is influencer culture. But there's always these two-dimensional characters in these romantic comedies. There'll be like some woman that's playing a ditz, and she'll just wonder, why are all these men being so nice to me? As she's scantily dressed or something like that. And like, that's Steve. That's Steve when dealing with people like you. So when you did that video that you changed the title on 3 times, you had the definition of the word morality on screen and you were reading it, there was a text message that you were showing that you had sent Steve, and you made a remark about how you sent this to Steve to try and work with him, but he never replied to you. He never replied to the text you sent. So Steve's telling me about this message, and he reads it to me. And Steve says, oh, I didn't get this message. This is weird. I never got this. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like it got sent to my other phone. I asked Steve about the history of his phone numbers, and apparently Steve had his number changed several years ago, and he alerted everybody to it, including you. So I asked Steve, how often has Linus texted you on this old phone? And he says, never. I asked Steve, how often do you talk to Linus on your new phone? Oh, many times. We've talked several times in this new phone. He messaged me when his channel got hacked. He's messaged me back and forth about other things. So this one text message that would make you look really bad if you didn't reply to it, that he showed on screen later in a video where he's defining morality and showing how you don't live up to it, is a message that he sent to a phone number he knows you don't use anymore after several months of manipulating you. And then Steve gets it. This is the stuff that makes my skin crawl, because I was there. I was there when he said some shit to get me to say, oh yeah, I'm a laptop tech. He took that thing, and then 18 months later, he used it to manipulate me and make me look bad or feel bad. So Linus explicitly texts an outdated number that Steve has not used since 2021, in spite of knowing Steve's current number for emergencies, like during the channel hack, and then publicly presents himself as the wounded party who never got a response. This, in my opinion, that's a calculated move to control the narrative. Linus is painting himself as a victim while making Steve look like the callous guy that didn't respond. It's manipulation of facts to create a false narrative, playing victim while knowing the full context, as public image management at the expense of the truth, and using selective information to damage someone else's reputation. That's classic narcissistic manipulation. I find that shit disgusting. Just like